Put my elbows on the table. How's that look, Cheese? Good, man. Thanks. This is my favorite shirt, by the way. JP Flynn gave this to us. Ooh, pictures. All right, let's go. Yeah, I mean, definitely added some players, like you said, this offseason, and getting to work with the guys in the OTAs and mini camps and everything. So I'm excited with the guys that we added. You know, they can each do unique things. You know, I think Gary is a guy that's a unique athlete for the tackle position. You know, Brandon and Barnes. I'm trying to think of everybody, but yeah, I mean, we're excited about it. Yeah, I mean, but it's every year. You know, every year they bring in new guys, and we're ready to go. Training camps for, you know, get everybody on the same page, start working, and we're just all excited to be here.
John Lynch said that he was very happy with the pace and the speed that you went back in the spring. Did you notice the same thing, and how does that compare to, you know, other off seasons and paces and things that you've gone through?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Definitely, we had a very successful offseason, I think, in terms of, you know, adding the pieces that we wanted to add, getting guys in here that are football first, and then going on the football field. I think all of our practices were, we got something out of every single day. You know, some days it was the defense getting the most out of it, some days it was the offense getting the most out of it, and then together as a team. But I thought the offseason was very beneficial for everybody, and but, you know, it's off season, so I'm more excited about just going towards training camp and being back here with everybody. You know, this is real football. I think this is you know, padded practices. You know, you can start playing, you know, a little bit more game speed up front in the offensive line, defensive lines, and that's more important to us as far as you know. I think the off season is a good time to, like, learn the playbook, learn the system, learn the coaches that you're going to be with, and new players and everybody. But you know, right now in training camps when we get ready for the season, so. You know, I think, you know, like I said, for probably the last 10 years that I've been up here, I've been excited to be here again and excited for another training camp. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because, you know, his playbook's been, you know, is known as being very intricate, and he has a lot of different moving pieces and a lot of different things that he throws at you, and he expects a lot out of that, all of his players, and you know, but it's not something that we're not accustomed to. You know, having changed coaches so many times over the years that we've had to learn a lot of different systems, a lot of different playbooks. So, you know, the guys coming in, we're be able to learn the system, pick up, you know, what the stuff is. Yeah, I'd rather not have it. You know what? I'd rather not have it. I'd rather have you know, the same system, and, you know, being our, you know, 9th year with the same offensive coordinator and everything, but it is what it is. And I think, you know, with someone like a coach with Kyle Shanahan's knowledge, and I think it was well documented the way I feel about him and playing in the system, how excited I am about it. You know, it's a challenge that we all are gladly accepting because of his track record and just his overall knowledge of the game. Yeah, I do. You know, I do, and you say that every year. I mean, everybody comes in at this time of the year, and everybody is saying the exact same things day one. You know, this is the year that we're doing it, and this is, you know, I've said that, you know, last 3 years, you know, being up here with new coaching changes. But I do feel different about this year. You know, it's one thing to say it, but I do. I feel confident with the direction the team's going, the franchise is at. I have 100% confidence in, you know, ownership, front office, getting the right people in here, right, you know, players in this building to go win football games, and then our coaching staff. I've been incredibly impressed with the way that they work and how they speak with us and what they expect from us. And it's been very clear from day one about what the mindset should be for every player here, and it's just up to us to go out there now in training camp and build on that.
You mentioned it a couple of times regarding guys that are all about football.
I think you've been in the NFL. I mean, when you've been going to my 11th year, you see a lot of different type of athletes come in and go. You know, you see guys that are incredibly talented athletically, but just don't have the work ethic to capitalize on all that athleticism. You see the guys that are not talented athletically but have the work ethic to make it. I'd much rather play with the guys that just have the work ethic and are all about football all the time. And I think that was just from my sense, not sitting in on front office meetings, obviously, but the guys that we've brought in, is getting to know them this off season, is running a lot of guys that's their mentality. They're 100% football, and that's all they really care about, and they have the work ethic and the drive to make themselves into the best player they can be. So I'm excited about playing football with guys like that.
Probably the first time that's happened since the lockout. But when you look at that from afar, is that kind of what you're talking about? That these guys are willing to meet in Dallas, for crying out loud, in July?
Yeah, I mean, it's just doing whatever it takes. I mean, a lot of it is accountability. This time off, especially those last 5-6 weeks we had. You got no one telling you what we were supposed to be doing as far as working out. Guys are on their own, and they're accountable to the football team, and everybody came back in great shape that I've seen so far, and in the locker room, and everybody's ready to go. But yeah, I mean, that definitely speaks volumes of everybody's commitment level and willingness to do what it takes to get better. But again, that's just it's a 3A little camp. We got to go out there and every single day go out there on the practice field with an intent to get better, and I expect us to do that. Mm-hmm.
What stands out to you just in the early days about Shanahan?
His overall knowledge of exactly what everybody's job is and how it ties directly into every single play being successful, and also just his we want to say answers, but seemingly endless answers to everything that a defense can kind of throw at you. You break down film and sometimes you see coaches or this, I'm not speaking from personal experience, but just hypothetical, a defense wants to attack you a certain way, some coaches will be like, well, we can't run this play. It's from what I've worked with Shannon, it's not going to deviate from what his offensive game plan is, what his offensive system is. It's just that he has, if they're going to do that, we're going to do this. We're going to do that, they're going to do this. He always kind of says it's like whoever has the clicker last wins, because he can always go with a different thing to attack what a defense wants to do, and just his overall knowledge of the offensive system and the offensive game is pretty special.
You learned about Brian as a quarterback around.
He's very competitive. He's one of the most competitive people I've been around, and that's saying something come from me. I always kind of pride myself on being the most competitive person, but he's up there. He's got an insatiable. I almost messed that word up. He wants to win everything he does, and I think that's a great quality to have in a teammate. And also just I haven't been in the Shanahan system two separate times. This is his third time with him. Just his overall knowledge of what we're trying to do, and he's very helpful to a lot of the guys as we were coming along in the off season and doing OTAs and minicamp, of just guiding them and kind of being descriptive on what he's looking for and what Coach Shanahan wants.
Having gone against the Seahawks a lot and going against this new defense in the off-season program, what's unique about it in comparison to the 3-4, the two-gap defense?
Well, it's a lot more dependent on the safety play, building that 8-man box, as opposed to the 3-4 is more dependent on the guys up front, the 3-down linemen kind of holding, 2-gapping. It's just completely different styles of defense, and so I think without getting too involved in it, that's one of the main things that you're definitely seeing a lot more. We're seeing a lot more this offseason is working against more 8-man fronts. The safeties coming down to the box a lot more, and just kind of trying to, offensively, how can we, attack that, and defensively, the guys are much more, they have to play a lot faster as far as reading keys and all that stuff. So it's all a big process, but it's a big change.
Lynch mentioned his excitement about the defensive line, and obviously heavy investment in that spot. Have you seen Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner change their bodies this offseason in preparation?
Yeah, I mean, they look definitely leaner. I think they're both imposing people when you stand in front of them, but definitely leaner, because I think they're not going to be asked to, two gap, there'll be more playmaker type guys for us. And I'm really excited about going against those guys. But, like I said about the offseason or the OTAs and minicamp, it's not real football for the guys up front. So excited to go against those guys in training camp and, see where they're at, and hopefully we can make each other better.
A study regarding CTE, a couple more guys have been retired.
Mm-hmm.
The UFL's guy has been doing this for 11 years in the trenches. I think you've been posed this question a few times in your career, but does it give you any more pause about the risk associated with football?
I mean, it's definitely on your brain. Nice pun there. But no, it's on your mind. You see it. You definitely. I'd be lying to you up here if I didn't say I didn't think about it. But the risk playing football, and I heard Brian at the end of his interview talk about it a little bit, and I believe you got to be proactive in the treatments and what you do for yourself, and keeping your brain active and your mind occupied, and especially after the game of football is done. You got to treat it just like any kind of injury. You got to rehab it, and you got to do what you can do to try to stay ahead of it. But the studies are out there; they are what they are. But I don't think. I wouldn't trade my position. I'm very happy playing the game of football. It's something I love, and I'll continue to do so.